In this program, we work on the skill enhancement. Skill enhancement means we work on the 4 skills of the language. Language is a means of communication. Language is taught and assessed in terms of the 4 skills. That is listening skill, speaking skill, reading skill, and writing skill. So these 4 skills are targeted in this program, and today we are going to work on the first skill, that is the listening skill. In the 4 skills, 2 are receptive skills and 2 are productive skills. So which are the receptive and which are the productive skills? Listening skill and reading skill. These are receptive skills because in these skills there is an input and there is an output in the productive skills, which are speaking and writing. In a simple language, I will explain that if you listen to a language, then only you will be able to speak that language. So when you listen to the language, you are receiving that skill, and when you speak, you are producing the language. So this is the difference between input and output. Similarly, if you read a language, here we are targeting English language. If you read English literature, English words, that will increase your vocabulary. Then only you will be able to write in English. And reading also improves your speaking skill as well as listening skill. How? We will explain when we are dealing with this skill further. So, from the examination point of view, what is the importance of these 2 skills, listening and speaking? These are a part of the internal assessment. So, they carry 15 marks and listening skill carries 9 marks. So, how you are going to get these marks? For the listening test, the students will be given a practice sheet containing 10 questions. They will answer all the 10 questions based on an audio clip. Students will be assessed for any 9 correct answers. So, for practice, you have been provided with listening audios as well as audio scripts. There are question papers uploaded on Educure app as well as on the official websites. You can download and practice as much as you can. Some of this practice has been given to you already through EDUSAT. This is yet another one in the series of those lectures. And speaking skill carries 6 marks. The detail are given shared with you in the speaking skill lectures. So today we will focus on listening skill only. What is the importance of listening skill? How you can get good marks in this test, and what are the challenges? All these we are going to discuss today. So what is listening skill? As just discussed, listening is a receptive skill, means you receive an input from outside when you listen to the language. When you listen, the sound, rhythm, intonation and stress of the language can only be learned through listening practice. The more you listen, the more you get attuned to all these terms. The more a student listens to the target language, the more is he able to understand the nuances. Listening to English enables the learners to speak in English, and all of us want to speak good English, isn't it? And if we want to speak good English, we should listen to good English, because this input will lead to a good output. Now, what is the difference between hearing and listening? You listen with your ears and you listen with you hear with your ears and you listen with ears. Then what is the difference between hearing and listening? Hearing is a mechanical process. It involves ears, but it's mechanical. It happens automatically. But listening is focused. You have to pay attention. You have to make an effort to understand. You have to make an effort to catch each and every sound. So first difference is that for hearing, your ears should be open, that's all. But for listening, your mind should also be open. Your whole attention should be on what you are listening. Hearing is involuntary. It just happens. But listening is voluntary because you have to do it consciously with your whole focus on it. In hearing, you might be somewhere else mentally. Hearing, but your mind is somewhere else. But for listening, this is not possible. If you want to listen properly, you have to give complete attention to it. So at present also, if you are listening attentively to what I am speaking, then you will be able to understand whatever I am going to tell in this lecture. Otherwise, if you are mentally somewhere else, you will hear, not listen. Now, in the exam, you will have to take a listening test. For that test, I am going to give you some important points which you should keep in mind while appearing in that test. In a listening test, you will be given a question paper. You will listen to an audio and you will have to answer the questions as you listen, not after you listen. Side by side, you have to do it. So that's why I said that complete attention is required. The audio will be played once only in the test. Here are some tips. When you are listening to an audio, be very careful. If there are any names, places, states, mobile numbers, any address, means any important information, try to take a note of it on the question paper. And while listening, write answers on the question paper. That is, it's multitask. Multitask means you are doing more than one task. Like you will be listening to an audio, you have to read the question paper on the screen, and you have to write the answers. All these three tasks go side by side. While listening, pay attention to the instructions and underline the keywords, means important words. For example, if there is written in the question paper, no more than 3 words and or a number, then you have to confine the answers to the given word limit. It should not exceed the word limit because all words are counted. And listen to the instructions in the audio before listening test starts. In that half minute, go through the questions quickly and underline the cue words so that you know what to listen for. So there are some cue words which will help you to get that information. So when we are doing this test, I will point this out to you. Read the instruction carefully. If it is written, choose the correct letter ABC, then you are to write the letter and not the actual words. Supposing there are options ABC and it's written choose the correct letter, then you have to write only the letter, not the exact words in the answer. Supposing you miss an answer. Due to any reason, you have missed an answer. Then don't lose the pace of the speaker by thinking about it, or you will miss the next answers. Come back to it later on because the audio will not stop. If you stop and start thinking about this answer, you will lose the next 3 or 4 answers. So leave that. If you have missed an answer, leave that. Keep along with your pace with the audio. And when the audio is finished, then you get back to this and try to guess the answer. Don't leave blank spaces. Guess and write, as there is no negative marking. How you can guess? You can guess from the context. Do not focus on the words you do not understand, but focus on words you understand and guess from the context. Don't try to translate everything because it's a listening test. You have to just listen. Even if you do not understand the meaning of the word, write down the word that you have listened. So these were the tips. Now I hope you are all ready for the listening test. Please write numbers 1 to 10 in your rough copies. I will play the audio and display the question paper on the screen. You have to read the question paper, listen to the audio and write the answers. So quickly write number 1 to 10 in your copies. Listening test. Class 10+1. Lesson No Time for Fear. We'll listen to an audio and answer the questions as you listen. Before you listen to the audio for section 1, please read questions 1 to 5. Now listen to the audio and answer the questions.
Now, the snarling grizzly turned towards Malcolm. She grabbed him with both paws and squeezed him against her chest. The smell of blood and bear nauseated him. The grizzly swatted at him with her huge claws. The first blow took off his hair in one piece like a wig, most of his scalp going with it. They reached the gully bottom. The bear raked his face repeatedly. As she bent to rip into his neck and shoulder with her teeth, Malcolm freely jabbed with his fist at her sensitive nose. His jabs had no effect. Malcolm closed his eyes. It's all over, he thought, and stopped struggling. Incredibly, almost as soon as he stopped moving, the grizzly let go. She swatted him once more, then scraped dirt and twigs over him and lumbered away. At first, Malcolm wasn't sure he was even alive. He was lying half in and half out of the creek. He felt no pain except a throbbing in his wrist. Slowly, he wriggled out of the creek and called weakly, "Barb, are you okay?" Barb, afraid the grizzly was still around, did not answer. She crawled to the edge of the gully and saw a bloody clump of hair. Then she saw Malcolm, half buried.
This is the end of section 1. Please check your answers. Section 2. It is a conversation between a customer and a chemist. Before you listen to the audio, please read questions 6 to 10. Now listen to the conversation.
"Excuse me, I need some medicines."
May I have the prescription, please?
"Yes, here it is."
Thank you. Please wait a few minutes as there is a long queue of customers ahead.
"Okay, that's all right. But please check the expiry date of the medicines before giving them."
Okay, please let me confirm the medicines you want to buy.
"Oh, sure."
So you want to buy 10 tablets of a branded analgesic, 2 bottles of an antacid, 1 bottle of multivitamin tablets. Is there anything else that you want?
"Well, let me recall. There were some articles to buy, but I have forgotten these now."
You can have a chair. Please sit down and recall at your convenience.
"Thank you." Well, I would like to buy a thermometer, a small bottle of Dettol or Savlon, and a few rolls of cotton gauze for bandaging the wounds.
Okay, here are your medicines.
"Thank you. What is the cost of these medicines? Please also give me the bill."
The cost of medicines and the other items add up to rupees 376. Here is the bill, ma'am. Anything else, please?
It's 376.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Thank you very much. This is the end of the audio. Please check your answers.
So dear students, I hope you were able to fill all the blanks. I'm showing the questions once again, 1 to 5. If you have missed any answer, you guess and write down. Check your answers. If there is any answers which you have not done, you can do it now. So these are 6th to 10th. Okay, so let's check the answers now. Give yourself 1 mark for each correct answer. The dash grizzly turns. What is the answer? The snarling grizzly turned towards Malcolm. The first answer is snarling. Second answer is wig. The first blow took off his hair in one piece like a wig. Please check the spellings also. Malcolm freely jabbed with his fist at her sensitive nose. So the answer is nose. She scraped dirt and twigs over him and lumbered away. The fourth answer is twigs. Fifth is Bob, afraid the grizzly was still around, didn't answer. So the 1 to 5 answers are snarling, wig, nose, twigs and answer. Sixth, the customer needs some medicines. Answer is medicine. Seventh, please check the expiry date of the medicine. So expiry is answer number 7. Answer number 8, the customer wanted to buy 10 tablets of branded analgesic. So branded analgesic is the 8th answer. 9th is cotton gauze is for bandaging the wounds. So 9th answer is cotton gauze. The cost of the medicines and the other items adds up to rupees 376. So these are the answers. I hope you scored well. Give yourself marks out of 10 and after the class get it signed by the teacher present in the class. So this was listening test 1. Now we will have another test, listening test 2. You will listen to a poem from your syllabus and fill in the gaps as you listen. Read the instruction in bold. Write no more than 1 word in each blank. Now listen to the audio and fill in the blanks. A thing of beauty is a joy forever. Its loveliness increases. It will never pass into nothingness, but still will keep a bower quiet for us and a sleep full of sweet dreams and health and quiet breathing. Therefore, on every morrow, are we wreathing a flowery band to bind us to the earth, spite of despondence, of the inhuman dearth of noble natures, of the gloomy days, of all the unhealthy and over-darkened ways, made for our searching, yes, in spite of all, some shape of beauty moves away the pall from a dark spirits. Such the sun, the moon, trees old and young, sprouting a shady boon for simple sheep. And such are daffodils with the green worlds they live in, and clear rills that for themselves a cooling covert make. 'Gainst the hot season, the mid-forest brake, rich with the sprinkling of fair musk rose, blooms, and such too is the grandeur of the dooms we have imagined for the mighty dead, an endless fountain of immortal drink, pouring unto us from the heaven's brink. I'll repeat this stanza. For simple sheep, and such are daffodils, with the green world they live in, and clear rills that for themselves a cooling covert make gainst the hot season. The mid-forest brake, rich with a sprinkling of fair musk rose blooms, and such too is the grandeur of the domes we have imagined for the mighty dead, an endless fountain of immortal drink, pouring unto us from the heaven's brink. This is a poem from your syllabus. A thing of beauty is a joy forever. If you have missed any blank, you can complete it now, then we'll check the answers. So here are the answers. The first answer is dreams, full of sweet dreams and health. So this is the first answer. Second is earth, a flowery band to bind us to the earth. Third answer is noble, of noble natures. The answer is noble. Fourth answer is searching, made for our searching. Fifth answer is beauty. Some shape of beauty moves away the pall. Sixth answer is moon, such the sun, the moon. Seventh answer is daffodils, for simple sheep and such are daffodils. Answer is daffodils. Eighth answer is cooling, a cooling covert make. Ninth is blooms, musk rose blooms. 10th is immortal, immortal drink. So answer is only immortal. So these are the answers. Give yourself mark for each correct answer and get it signed by the teacher present in the class. So these are some of the reasons for poor listening. If you haven't scored well in the test, let's see which is the reason for your lack of good marks in the test. The first one is lack of exposure to listening in English. Like I said in the beginning, without listening you cannot speak in English. Listening skill improves your speaking skill and if your writing skill also. So lack of exposure to listening, if you are not used to listening to English, so even if you are listening attentively, you won't be able to get the words because your ears are not attuned to listening to those words. Lack of good vocabulary. If you don't know what the word immortal is, you won't be able to write even if you have listened to it properly. So good vocabulary should be there. You will be able to write only if you are aware of that word, if you know the spellings of those words. And lack of interest, a major cause. If you are not interested in doing anything, no one can make you do that. You have to create that interest in yourself to do it. Interruptions, noise, it can be internal interruptions, you get lost in something, or noise in the room or around the room. This is another reason. Lack of complete attention, your mind is wandering, you are not focused, you won't be able to get good marks in the listening test. Anxiety, stress, that affects your performance in every field. Lack of practice, like I said, there are lots of question papers and audios already uploaded on Educare app and on official sites and have been provided to teachers. You all have access to these. Do practice all, then only you will be able to get good marks. And a negative attitude, it can spoil anything. It is a hurdle to any kind of learning, your own attitude. These are the problems. Then what are the solutions? How to improve your listening skill? These are the solutions. When you are appearing in any listening test, stop talking. So the most important thing is stop talking and be silent. Take notes. Any important points and any important tips that are shared, make notes and don't get distracted. How to improve your listening skill? Believe in yourself that I can do it. That is a positive attitude, a positive bent of mind. Train your ears by listening to news in English, listening to audios in English. Then your ears will be attuned to the sounds, to the words, the pronunciation. And practice. Listen to a word or a sentence, repeat it, say it aloud to practice. Practice as much as you can. Listen to your teachers carefully and try to speak like them. Listen to audios, try to speak as in the audio. Read as much as you can to improve your vocabulary. As I said, without vocabulary, you won't be able to write anything, you won't be able to speak anything, and in the listening test, you will not be able to write the word if you are not aware of that word. So be attentive during the test, relax and focus while listening to the audios. Practice listening for at least 20 minutes every day. If you give your attention to this skill, I promise you, your speaking skill will also improve. So with that advice, I take your leave. For any queries, you can text me or you can give me a call. And with the blessing that keep improving your skill, work on the skill enhancement, and especially listen to good English to speak good English. Thank you so much. Have a great day.